The third member of the Fiendish Five was the infamous voodoo priestess, Ms. Ruby. Born into a family of mystics, other children found her scary. Teaching herself to summon the undead provided what few friends she had. A career in crime allowed an adult Ms. Ruby to punish the world for fearing her as a child. Chief mystic for the Fiendish Five, her powers allowed them to break both the laws of man and nature at the same time. Yet despite the whirlwind success of her youth, she managed to slip into obscurity. Last known sightings claim she headed out of civilization and deep into the Haitian jungle.
Sly Cooper in Vicious Voodoo. Hello and welcome back to more Let's Play Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. I am the Maxoffewtrades. In the last part we took down Mugshot and ended his reign in Mesa City, Utah. In this part we have arrived to the Haitian jungle to pursue and defeat the evil Ms. Ruby. Yes, that's her name that I keep forgetting. Ms. Ruby, a very interesting character indeed, but I'll get into that after Bentley talks.
Sorry, Sly, but this is one mission you will have to accomplish without me.
You don't believe in ghosts, do you?
Sure I do. My scanners have picked up verifiable paranormal activity. But that's not the problem. This swamp is oozing with disgusting mold and bacteria.
Suck it up, Bentley. We got work to do.
All right, then. Don't forget to use the new move you learned from Mugshot's section of the Thieving Raccoonus.
You mean the raccoon rail walk?
The roots and vines around here are perfect for that. All you gotta do is
jump and hit the circle button.
Especially where you see the bark has been worn away, and where it's super slick from icky slime and moss, you'll rail slide like a skater grinding pipe.
I'm liking it.
I'm relatively certain that moss isn't slippery, but whatever. You heard the turtle, jump and hit the circle button. That is what you must do in all games forever. Now, as I was stating, Miss Ruby, well, see, the whole level in general, this whole episode, because that's what the Sly Cooper things call these. This whole episode is generally what I immediately think of whenever I think of the first Sly Cooper game. Don't know why. I guess this game just has the overall best atmosphere and the like, and definitely has the most memorable boss fight. That's pretty much what I always remember forever. And that is a large spider that I killed, okay. But we'll get to that when we get to that, of course. What I find interesting is that Miss Ruby is another villain, right after Mugshot, no less. That probably wouldn't have become a supervillain as they just got a friend. Kind of odd how many supervillains are created through that. However, she has giant mosquitoes as henchmen. I don't even know how that works. How do you instruct mosquitoes to do your bidding? I'd like to know that. Very curious problem, no doubt. Anyway, also I have to question why Sly Cooper needs to read a page from the, the ultimate thieving guide in order to, determine, hey, maybe I could jump and hit the circle button and land on a thin thing like I've been doing the entire game. I mean, this is very similar to pretty much everything else we've learned so far. So I just find that strange. Anyway, over here, some kind of horrifying Cthulhu tree monster, but he's easily killed. Once you hit them, they snap into two separate creatures, and then they can both attack you. Gotta hit them twice, which is always annoying. But hey, what you gonna do when Cthulhu stump monsters come after you? Well, you're gonna hit them with your stick. That's what you're gonna do. Prattle on and collect all the clue bottles you possibly can, using your magical rolling skills. I do have to question the skills we've been learning. Honestly, in the grand scheme of things, only a few of them are really genuinely all that interesting. Far too many of these skills that we've gotten from the Thievius Raccoonus are pretty dang lame. I'm just saying, I'm glad we're not playing, a Sly Cooper game where, in this time period, as opposed to perhaps whatever time period that one of the, Sly's ancestors, the guy who invented the exploding hat, or the can throw a decoy thing.
That's Miss Ruby's lair. To get in, you'll need that key on top of the tiki pedestal in the guard compound. There's a bad mojo force field protecting it, so you'll have to destroy all 5 of the purple candles surrounding it.
No problem.
Don't get cocky or you'll end up with your head shrunk to the size of a pea. You've got to get past those voodoo guards, and I'm warning you, they're mean and they work like a team.
So do we, buddy.
Yeah, mean and work like a team, and by that they mean they're stupid and they don't notice whenever you take out one of their friends. Like that, see? I was literally a few inches away from his searchlight, and for some reason, he didn't see me get him. Pretty pathetic if you ask me. But whatever. Oi. I was talking about something. Oh yeah, Sly's ancestors. Not a lot of them are all that interesting. I mean, one of Sly's character traits has always been, like, he always hopes that he, lives up to the ancestry of all of his ancestors and the like, and honestly, it seems like, well, there have been a good number of whatchamacallers, ancestors that have, genuinely did really awesome things. Hang on. Okay. The ones mainly we see at the end of cutscenes whenever we defeat a boss. Those guys seem real interesting, and those are the ones that'll be in the 4th game. But that's besides the point. Point is, for every really awesome thief criminal there was also, just, the guy who could throw a hat and make it explode. That's all I'm saying. I mean, the bar is not really set very highly when it comes to, Sly's ancestors. That's all I'm saying. Alright, Bentley, what's the code?
If I did my math right, and I always do my math right, then the combination has got to be 588.
Alright, that's simple enough. And, why does it do that sometimes? Sometimes it just decides to randomly do that. Let's go. That's not the right combination, Sly! Okay, whatever. I do believe this is actually a rather good skill here.
Electrified! Kelly McCooper's notes on how to harness the electromagnetic field created by a rolling raccoon. Now your raccoon roll move will really pack a punch. Plus, it should give you a nice tingling sensation.
See, the best skill so far just got even better. I will demonstrate it right now. Previously, the roll would only make us go much quicker, but now it actually does damage when it hits stuff, which is even more awesome. They took the best skill in the game and made it even awesomer. Now, if I could just find the last candle, we'd be in business. But I seem to be having troubles. I don't see it. Oh, there's the candle over there. I'll just roll into that.
You've done it! The Mojo force field is down, and you can steal the key!
That's some straight-up Sonic the Hedgehog related maneuvers right there. Grab that key. I am floating in midair. Okay, and now I'm not floating in midair. Now I'm precariously perched upon the altar, as it were. Alright, throw the key. It's time to get into Ms. Ruby's main hideout. As awesome as it is. The swamp's dark center. Interesting.
My paranormal scanner is maxing out on that structure.
A reading like that could only be coming off Ms. Ruby herself.
I think you're right, Sly. If you want to crack at Ms. Ruby, you're going to have to find a way inside that skull temple.
Alright, sounds simple enough for me. Now, despite really giving no true guidance, it's pretty much the exact same thing as it always is. Get treasure keys, unlock a door, and that'll give you pretty much further into where you need to go.
Wake up, you lazy bags of swonkers! The voodoo vibe is thick tonight. Let's take advantage of this powerful mojo and its simple production. Keep piling those shiny bones into the sink. We'll have an army of ghosts by morning and take over Mexico by the end of the week. Hear that, voodoo children? Our family is about to grow.
That is one seriously messed up crocodilio. Alright, well, whatever. Let's go into the world of the... not really world, it's a level, a section. It's the Lair of the Beast. Pretty interesting little level here. Let's see what's going on.
What's with this industrial strength voodoo gate? Ms. Ruby must really be trying to keep something out.
Or maybe she's trying to keep something in.
Now that sounded like a wild guess to me, but apparently Sly's right on the money. There's in fact something in there she is trying to keep inside, but I do have to wonder why he thought that. But whatever. More importantly, once we see it, it doesn't really make a lot of sense to keep the thing in here. I mean, it's pretty cool, but I don't know. It just seems dubious to me. Anyway, time for some more slapping, and then over here is the Shrine to the Clue Bottle. someone lit a bunch of candles to the altar worshipping the gods of the clue bottle. I don't know what kind of god that would be, but I imagine he's a pretty cool one. Now, all you gotta do is swing your cane wildly to collect all the bottles down this certain path, and all is well. Break the thing, kill the large army of spiders that are all over the place. Mosquitoes and spiders, that's pretty much the extent of her henchmen, which is pretty odd. Those are not those weird weasel dudes, but they, like we saw earlier, they're pretty freaking stupid. But then again, most henchmen are. If they were competent, they'd probably be villains of them, you know, all of themselves, but they're not. And luckily, we have all of these cane-shaped branches to bounce off of. That's really convenient. If those weren't there, we'd be completely screwed. Anyway, giant floating demon mosquitoes. I hate mosquitoes like you would not believe, but I don't know if there's actually any mosquito supporters out there in the world. Make yourself known if you are, because I gotta know who to avoid.
These walls are making me claustrophobic. Whoa! You see those reeds move? There's something huge under there. You better get going.
I'm already going. Yeah, I saw the reeds move. Something big. Something clearly very large and very powerful needs to be in the area in order to move something as mind-blowing as reeds. I mean, whoosh. That's just terrifying. Whatever. I got a question. The putting all these candles on all of these trees. That seems like a very bad idea. I mean, there's a reason they stopped doing that in Christmas time, you know. Did you guys know that they used candles in the olden days instead of Christmas lights? I can only imagine how long it took them to figure out that that probably was not the best idea. I learned that through a Popeye cartoon. Thank you very much. I constantly learn more from I've learned far more from video games and cartoons than I ever did in the school system. And that's honestly kind of sad. But enough about my bizarre life. It's time for more bottles and to walk about these crazy things as it always was. And there was some sort of earthquake, don't know what the deal with that was. And hi! Giant thing of the fourth ring of death and sadness and craziness and frickin' sea demons. I don't know, I'm tongue-tied for words. I don't know how to describe this horrifying demon monstrosity. What is it? Why is it here? Why would you put your secret base next to it? Because let's look at it this way. Clearly, she doesn't like this thing, otherwise she wouldn't keep it up in a pin, because it's going to destroy things. Okay, so why would you put your base next to it? And then that happened. Okay, that's always good. For some reason, I didn't do it, and I got bitten. It's always awesome. Now get out of here, sea serpent. Apparently, he got bored and left, just like Carmelita did. Very odd. Did I get all the bottles? I did. Okay, I wasn't even paying attention, and I got them. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, stop that. Now, give me the code.
I had to overcome some personal demons to get the answer to this one. Try 444.
You got something you want to tell us, Bentley? What kind of personal demons do you have exactly? That's what I'd like to know. Alright. Okay, this better be something good on par with the Electro Raccoon.
Ah, a more modern entry. Bruce O'Coop's computer hacking technique. Using the data on this page, I should be able to tap the duty roster in each hideout and project guard information into your binocucom.
This is actually a very odd skill, because it actually doesn't really benefit you in any conceivable way whatsoever. Like, even the exploding hat and decoy, you know, thief moves could conceivably be used to actually benefit you. This thing is actually strictly used for comedic effect, and I'll show you when we get out of here. First, smash the case. You know, after the first two guys got brought in town, you think someone would have called one of these guys and said, hey, you know what, you should take all of your treasure keys and hide them in your room that's inaccessible without them. Otherwise, this guy who's been coming around and beating up Fiendish 5 members might come by and completely destroy you. Just some forward thinking on my part. No, there should be like a dude wandering about. Yeah, there he is, okay. All you gotta do is bring up the binocucom, and it tells you this thing. See, Mojo Dupree, Rhodiant and Voodunium, he enjoys golf. And that's pretty much the extent of what that computer hacking skill gives you, which is odd. The way it sounds, you'd think it'd be much more interesting, but hey, whatever. We got the electric raccoon roll of happiness and joy, and that's good enough for me. Alright, In the next part, we'll be continuing through the zombie swamp lands of Miss Ruby and stuff. And get more treasure keys to get through it and all, and I think I just said that already. Whatever, the point is, I hope you had fun. Been the Maxoffewtrades. To be continued. Raccoon away.